Hi, and welcome to day 10 of our journey to elevate your relationship. Today's tool is going to seem somewhat out of place in a relationship program. I want to introduce it to you, though, because it is vitally important for your well-being, and in turn, it is important for the well-being of your relationship and your experience with your partner. Today's tool is Nurture You. And like I said, this is about you. So when you focus on this tool, focus on you. Don't focus on how nurturing you serves someone else. It will, but that's not where your focus is. Your focus is simply on nurturing you. Now we have different aspects of our being, of our makeup that we can nurture. The first one, of course, is physical. This is the most common one, and you can tell that by just looking at the amount of money that the exercise and the diet industries are making. We can also throw in the bedding and the mattress companies, because rest is vitally important to us as well. So to nurture you physically, figure out what the proper amount of rest, what amount of rest serves your highest good. Look at different diets. What works best for you? What makes you feel the best? Same with exercise. Find an exercise that serves you, that lifts you, that energizes you. I can't tell you what those are going to be. This is kind of a trial and error thing. You find out what's best. Forget about all the fads. One of those might serve you, but don't do it just because everybody else does. Find out what works for you. The next aspect of our well-being that we can nurture is our mental state. We've already done a lot of that work when we let go of judgments and comparisons and expectations, and when we stop shooting all over ourselves. Just let those things go and continue to notice when they pop up. Our mental state is served when we're mindfully aware of where our mind is, where our thoughts are. When we shift our thoughts away from the negativity, away from the lack, away from the dark thoughts that we have often, and we tune instead into the positive and the light, what we're doing is we are creating space for these empowering thoughts to come in. And when we empower our thinking, we also empower our beliefs, which empowers our reality. So nurture yourself mentally. The next step is emotionally. Now, while all of the things we talked about mentally and even physically come into play on the emotional level, we can go even further on the emotional side by tuning in and embracing our truth, our authenticity. One of the things that we do in relationships is we stop expressing as our authentic self and we start expressing as what we think our partner wants. Or we start expressing in ways that we think will make them happy. If you're not expressing as your authentic self, you're never going to reach that level of happiness that you're hoping for. So emotionally, tune in to your truth. Tune in to what resonates in your heart. And let that be your expression out into life, into your relationship, out into the world. The next level of nurturing that we can do is on the spiritual level. Now, this isn't going to be a sermon, but spirituality goes much further than any religious doctrine we have. Spirituality is our connection with our highest good. For me, highest good is God. For you, it may just be what serves you best. For you, it might be Buddha. For you, it might be Jesus Christ. It might be Allah. It could be anything. Highest good, the higher power, is what we're talking about here. Tune into that higher power, that power that offers you that still small voice that helps lead you, to decisions that you need to make that serve you well. So tune into that. You nurture yourself by taking time to connect to whatever your highest power is. Now, I've put together a list of things that will help you nurture yourself in all of these areas. It is by no means the totality of things you can do. Again, like everything else we've talked about, Practice these, try them out, see how they fit. If they don't fit, find something else, but by all means, nurture you in every area. So the first thing I came up with, obviously, is diet and exercise and rest, like we talked about for the physical. Find out what amount of rest you truly need in order to feel your best. Find out what type of diet energizes you. Find out what kind of exercise raises your energetic level to the point that you can do all that you choose to do. You know, so often we just struggle through life and we just have to make ourselves get up and do stuff. When you start changing these things physically, it's not a burden anymore. You want to get up. You want to live your day. You want to live your life. The next thing that I want to talk to you about, it kind of plays into the mental area. We nurture ourselves when we simply ask ourselves several times a day, what am I thinking right now? That is so powerful when you take the time to do it. I don't anymore because I've kind of gotten the practice of doing it, but I used to have little post-it notes at several areas around the house that said, what am I thinking now? You know, you can even set an alarm on your phone to remind you several times a day, what am I thinking now? When you do that, do not judge. Just tune into what you're thinking. If it's not serving your highest good, if it's not nurturing you, release it and bring in a thought that does serve you, that does nurture you. We talked about the 3-breath awareness. This I've used so many times. I used it right before I sat down to do this. The 3-breath awareness is simply closing your eyes. If you're in public, you don't have to close your eyes. You take 3 deep breaths in, release them, and then go about your business. This is just a state of calming your mind. This is a tool, rather, to calm your mind, to relax, and to ready yourself for whatever you're about to do. Another great way to nurture yourself on all of these aspects is to take walks outdoors. If you are fortunate enough to be close enough to one of the parks that you can go walking through the woods, do it. If you can go walk next to a lake or a river, do it. Connect with nature. Even if the nature is just the sun and the sky, connect with it. Tune into that. Allow that to rejuvenate you. Allow that to calm your mind. Allow that to help you with some of your exercise. Excuse me. And then the last one that I have on my list is meditate. I heard a saying one time that if you don't have time to meditate for 10 minutes a day, meditate for 30 minutes a day. I kind of thought that was a little silly at first until I started doing it. What I have found is that when I meditate, for me, first thing in the morning is best. When I meditate first thing in the morning for 30 minutes or 20 minutes, the rest of my day stays more peaceful, more calm. I nurture myself on every level when I take time to just go within, connect with truth, connect with love, connect with higher power. So practice these. Like I said, if we don't nurture ourselves, then we truly are just being what we think our partner wants us to be. If you don't nurture yourself, you do not have the energy or the well-being to be of service to you or your partner or the relationship. So today, and from this day forward, nurture you. Take care of you. If you're not well, you're not going to be able to be of service to anyone, especially you. Nurture you, and have a wonderful day.